Oh, and then we got a Sparky who decides to show. Hello, Sparky.
Sparkles.
I was trying to get it to stream on my end, and YouTube didn't want to let me stream, and I finally figured it out.
Rogue, are you hearing him? Oh, nope, it's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you figured it out? Why was it?
Well, all right, so I just did what I always do, and I just reused settings from last stream.
That's good.
Unbeknownst to me, though, let me go ahead and expand this and switch over to what everyone can see us. But unbeknownst to me, reusing settings for last stream was looking for StreamYards.
See, there you go. Bad Sparky.
So I couldn't connect to it, but yeah, so I had to pick another one.
Uh-huh.
That's fun.
I see. So how's your AI adventure coming along?
I've worked on it a little bit. I've not really done too much with it this week. I've been busy doing other things, as you can probably already know what I've been doing, so.
I probably do. I don't know. Was it playing with the green screen over there? Maybe
No.
putting together a joystick of...
No, it was mocking and making fun of a former staple of the tech sector of a content creator.
He's still a staple, unfortunately. He's not gonna go anywhere.
Yeah, I know, but I still mock him.
You can mock him. Yes, you can mock him as you wish. He's on probably streaming right now. Maybe
No,
not.
they already stated that they're not gonna be doing a one show tonight.
All right, well that's good then. Sticking to their guns.
So wait, we talking about Gilded Pooh? He's actually got into the tech field?
No,
Yeah,
I'm
might have.
talking about Linus.
Oh,
Yes, he's always been in the
yes,
shit.
the other
field.
shit.
And unless you're talking about dial-up, then no, it's not gonna be him. And we're not talking about him
or
on
Apple.
Linus.
I mean, Pooh's the only person I know that would be, a good spokesman for Apple.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Because, shit person, shit product, same thing.
Why are you even bringing him up?
I mean, you didn't specify on who, and I kind of wanted to.
It's not what they had live streamed about this week.
Do I look like I pay attention to half the shit that you do over on your side of the world?
You knew what I was doing on my side.
I kind of knew, but you also gave me other shit. Hold up. You also gave me other shit in the DMs, and it kind of happened to be covering a certain individual. So,
All right.
So I mean, there you go. I mean, for all I know, you could have been all giddy over the fact that Starfield was coming out soon.
No. It's like the only thing I've been covering on my channel, which has been dead for a while, is
that's been dead for
Linus
a while.
Tech Tips.
Will be for a while. It will raise from the grave again.
Well, actually, it's been raising. I've just crossed the 700 subscriber threshold.
Congratulations, 700 people find you interesting.
Yes.
More than me. I have 300. You have twice as many.
I have 10 times the amount that Sparky has that fund.
I know. It's like, geez, you've been doing this for years, and I've been doing this for 6 months. Give me a break.
Actually, not really years. It's a new account. Just throwing it together as more of a.
I mean, my old account did have more, but I gave that one up. I did burn that one. Everybody wanted to see my ass, and I'm like, I'm not that Gem Max or Gem Star.
Oh,
well,
I
mean, you could have been like
hairy old ass.
Well, you could have been like that one guy, Ice Speed, whatever his name, and did the.
Although I was thinking about streaming from the hot tub today, so
I mean, that would have done it. I mean,
you're not gonna do
that. You think that would have pushed me over? I should stream from the hot tub.
No,
that would have pushed
me over. While I wear my Darth Vader mask.
You're not going to do Vacata.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that. Now. Now I thought of it. I'm going to wear my Darth Vader mask. Stream from the hot tub.
Do you have like a Mandalorian mask? You can do like bubble bath.
Oh, I can do that
kind of
too.
Stuff. Yeah,
I can do that too. I'm a baby Yoda sitting in the background.
Yeah, see, you got it right there. You've just plugged the market.
Oh no! What I can do is put him in a floaty, and he just flows around.
See?
Jesus Christ.
Gotta get my fence up first, then I'll do it. That's going in next week.
Then what you do is pimp out an OnlyFans that's based off of Baby Yoda.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. Well, he is over 50, so I mean, he is legal.
Technically,
yeah.
On our calendar, he is.
Yes.
But
I'm never gonna identify that with a response.
You don't have to. It's just obviously it's pure gold. You enjoy it, so there you go. Makes sense.
No, I don't.
You're still here, so
time.
You're still here listening, so.
Oh god. No, me personally, I've been having fun with all the other rejects out there that have been. I have no idea what would be tongue licking Baldur's Gate 3 and all the PlayStation, all the Pony Station people, the Sony ponies and their butthurtness over Starfield.
Starfield was not that great.
Hasn't even come out yet.
I know.
Still Starfield. It's like the new Bethesda game that's going to be coming out soon.
Star Citizen. Star Citizen's not great. It's fun to play, but it's not that great.
Star Citizen's a completely different thing. No, we're talking about Starfield, which is the new Bethesda thing that the Sony ponies are getting their titties in a bunch. Yes. It's fascinating if you look on the Twitter, especially if you go on Sony stuff. They're trying to spend all the attention to shit can of game that hasn't even come out yet. Yeah. Some are threatening to use their sock puppet account of over 600 people on Metacritic to downvote, so that certain other games to be very successful.
The downvote.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm looking at Baldur's Gate, and why are people slobbering knobbing over that shit? I mean, it's a good game. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as great as everybody puts it out to be. They're like, the battle mechanics are awesome, but we've never seen anything like this. So you've never played XCOM?
You've never played any of the Divinity games because
you've never played you've never played XCOM, you never played the original Baldur's Gate. I mean, this is why you guys are fucking slobber-knobbing over it. Yes, for the past 5 years, we've had nothing but shit games. And is this a better game than any game that's come out in the past 6 years? Pretty much. I mean, it's not Elden Ring level. I mean, Elden Ring actually had better content than this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like I said, this is what their expectations when we talked about this are so goddamn low.
I know.
It's fucking ridiculous. I'm like, Jesus Christ, guys! Halo was a better game than this for its time. This game. I guess for this year, this is probably the best game of the year so far. It's come out, and it's not even. It didn't even come out this year. It actually technically came out 3 years ago. So.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it did.
It really isn't that much. Everybody's like, it's such a different game. Everybody that played it back then was like, nah, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just got a little bit more stuff now.
Well, here's the other thing that most people haven't got to yet. Remember, there's 3 different acts within this game. By the time you get to Act 2 and 3, the game slowly breaks apart. By the time you get to Act 3, the story for it from the first act no longer exists.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, you're still trying to kill the big baddie thing, but it's like, yeah.
It up and dies just as quickly.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird.
The big old baddie.
Basically, it's all the main story is supposed to be about the mind flays, which are kind of like the Cthulhu-like creatures that exist in Dungeons and Dragons. And so you're supposed to go against their main hive brain that they have, which is I forget what it's called.
Which dies in the beginning of the third act, I believe.
Kind of, because by the time you get to the third act, you have to deal with people trying to resurrect their gods. And it's like, why are we dealing with this?
Yeah, the story disappears, and there's going to be another Baldur's Gate 4, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, it may not be Larian Games that's making it because they pretty much stated, the CEO for it said, we're going to go with something smaller. We're not doing another one. So,
well, I don't blame them because Wizards was. Well, the problem was they had a lot of the issues that came from the game apparently came because of Wizards.
I'm not surprised.
And they're not saying this directly because there are a lot of issues with the game I do have, but Wizards wanted all this extra shit that didn't need to be in there.
Duh.
And
seriously, they were starting to push their new battle mechanics for the new Dungeons and Dragons game that they're pushing out, new version.
Yeah, they want to do. Here's the thing: they want to update. They want the next game to be, I believe, version 1, which is version 6 in reality.
Yeah,
and they're like, we would have to reprogram the entire fucking game, and they're like, and they were like, no.
Well, I mean, they did kind of reprogram version 5 to work with this game because there are certain spells that exist within Baldur's Gate 3 that don't really work within the current spectrum of version 5.
No.
It's like, okay.
They made it work somehow. I don't know.
Oh, of course.
I think they changed. Honestly, I bet you get it if you get into the gaming mechanics of the actual video game. Mm-hmm. They probably changed it to where it says does not resemble the actual paper game.
No, because Baldur's Gate's most of their spells in that are a modified version of version 5. Yeah. So it's been kind of fascinating to see what they've done to jerry-rig the gaming mechanics of the of Dungeons and Dragons version 5, 5th edition.
Someone had.
Go ahead.
Someone had to fucking go. You get to roll. You don't get to do that in the original games. I know because it did it in the background for you. You didn't have to. That rolling fucking mechanic pisses me off because it is there to make it look like you did something by rolling. You're not really rolling. That's the fucking computer still doing it. You just click the fucking.
I also find that kind of. I understand it's a Dungeons and Dragons gaming mechanic, but when you're playing the actual game and you're supposed to LARP at the character, and all of a sudden these dice come up for a D20 come up, and you kind of go, well, that just took me out of the game. I now got to deal with a dicing mechanic. Fuck me.
Yeah, the random number generator is. I can also tell it's a little slow.
Yeah,
because I was like, why am I rolling so many fucking ones when I need a 1 to fail? The one number I need is a 1 to fail. I'm rolling above average on ones, and I'm like, does the game trying to make me fucking fail?
Yes. There's a point.
So there's some illusion of I might fail.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
well,
my person on my end.
You got buffer?
Well, I had an engine burn on my hand, so I got burst.
Why are you buffering there, Sparkles? Did you break things?
I don't know. I just started buffering, and I'm dropping frames like crazy.
I thought you said you had your butt burn your hand.
I don't know about
buffering.
Your bud, your cigarette. So
I don't know about that, Sparky. Buffering is a thing that you have to be extra careful with nowadays.
Yeah, but when I tell you about smoking in front of me, Sparky,
you got to remember, you have to give your computer
OBS.
a shot of vodka every now and then.
OBS, yeah. Are you streaming
OBS
too?
Has always been kind of.
I was attempting to. I don't know why it just keeps dropping, but it does.
Oh, what do you have the settings at?
Same as I did last week.
Has sex with people, and then when he wakes up or comes true, there's bodies that are left. It's like you.
It wants to murder. It can't stop murdering.
Yeah. You know what? I have a hard time believing that.
You got to play the game. Sorry.
Requires monies.
Let me pull it up. See if I can pull it.
Yeah, see, you can pull up the gameplay for the Dark Soul.
What is it? The Dark.
After he has sex, he kills his partner. I mean, it's amazing. Just like you, Dragon.
Jesus Christ.
It's Dark Urge.
Is it Dark Urge or Dark Soul? I don't know.
No, it's the Dark Urge, and I gotta get it to a.
Is it available to start?
No. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes. He's
Yeah,
an origin character. He's one of the characters.
He's the characters you play. He's actually the character you're supposed to play at the beginning of the game, the first character.
Yeah.
Or I just made my own. I didn't play it, so it's like I already lived the life of Dragon. So
let me do.
I don't need to play like Dragon's life. I've seen
yeah, pretty much.
What do you mean? How do you not know? It might be a beautiful thing. You might fall in love.
Oh no! I know it's a beautiful thing, but the thing is, it's just old after a while. I don't want to actually play it.
Share screen there, blah, and then we go like
there.
So are you telling me I need to download this game?
You don't have to. I would suggest wait until they get to the bugs.
I would wait till it goes on sale.
Yeah, I would also suggest that too, because right now they've already cleared out about 1,000 bugs, and they still have more to go.
Yeah, and there's going to be an expansion after this game. 1 or 2.
Well, Lurian has always done a definitive edition, so I would suggest wait until the definitive edition comes out and then purchase it then. Yeah. There's no major rush. So here we go. Here's the Dark Urge doing what he does best.
Unstable somehow.
Approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning.
Is ripping the narrator apart an option?
Dangerous.
No, not yet.
Lucky you said that.
A hand? Anyone?
Okay, let's see here. You can actually take the hand.
I remember something about this. I saw something about this. If you don't do the Dark Urge, you can recruit somebody.
Oh, I can murder everybody in the game.
I saw a pretty good clip where someone murdered someone, then raised their ass, and that person joined them.
To be pruned,
yeah,
and it's
that's how broken the game is.
From.
My mistress' eyelids! Stop! Cease, you loon!
As soon as the dreams cross the threshold of your imagination, you snap back to realize they have all come true.
Well,
Jesus Christ!
You're supposed to lend a hand, not take one.
Joy floods through you. You were dazed on the Nautiloid, but now you are truly awake. Alive.
kind of almost reminds me of you there, Dragon.
Really?
Yeah, truly awake, alive. You know.
Wanting to murder everybody.
Yeah, secretly.
Yeah, I have all those urges under control.
Yeah, but this one kind of alludes that you kind of drift in back and forth, but with those urges. The urges are slowly taking over in dream form.
And then they become reality.
Oh yeah.
$50 for Baldur's Gate.
Oh yeah. So yeah, like I said before, the game is kind of mediocre. It's kind of middle ground. You can wait for the most part. It does run off of the version 5 gaming mechanics of Dungeons and Dragons. It is a modified version of it in order for the game to actually work properly. Even then, it's questionable when the game wants to work properly, especially after you get to Act 2 and then Act 3, as mentioned prior, before you got here, the story kind of changes and goes in a different direction briefly. So it's like, yeah, I Lyrian game for what they tried. I feel like they banked too much time on making sure the first act was the best part of the game, because especially if you're in Steam and you purchase it on Steam, that first act is one of the longest ones, and it's guaranteed that you can't get a refund afterwards if the game kind of breaks. You're stuck with it until it gets fixed. So I'm not saying that that's what they were planning on doing, but that just kind of feels like that could have been a thing, kind of secretly figured out behind the scenes, because it was an early access 3 years prior. They took about 6 years to make the game.
Okay.
So yeah, and if you actually look at the Steam, how many players were actually playing the game up until the initial release, there was up to about 10,000 players off and on through the course of its inception to its just barely to its release. And then after its release, it went up to 700,000 and so on and so forth. But it's also questionable if it's legitimate actual players, because there has been some campaigns within the Reddit and a few other different locations that have been urging players to play the game in certain time frames.
That is for sure.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely not organic. But
it doesn't feel like it's organic. I don't know. I question it. It's my
no, it doesn't. Well, they've even stated that technically this isn't organic, so it isn't the greatest. It doesn't consider it the most played game if it's. But at the same time, some of these other games have done that too in the past. So it's like,
yeah. So it is fascinating, but no. My personal favorite is as you play the prologue of the actual game, you can murder all of your companions. Command the main boss at the end of the prologue to drop his weapon. You can scoop that motherfucker up, and the prologue, and then murder all the other quote unquote companions. And,
you can kill everybody, even the children.
Yes, everybody's murderable.
Yeah,
and then by the time you get to level 6, you're pretty much OP.
You
and the
game can kill all of Baldur's Gate if you want.
Yes, I've done. I'm in the process of doing that.
Yeah. I'm just waiting to see how that breaks the fucking game.
I know, right?
Everybody,
because
you die, and you die. Everybody die.
I kind of befriended the brain thing up to a point, kind of going, well, you're expendable, so you're a meat puppet that I can utilize for the most part because you think I'm one of you. So,
oh boy.
And the brain thing is called us. Like the brain dog, it's called us.
How many of the slugs have you put in your head?
You got the one. Oh, also that
you put more in your head. So
yeah, probably you could.
No, you can't.
The chick that you get that has the that mystery McGubbin that you need to have by Act 2 to 3. If you kill her right away, or you get to keep it, or you can drop it. If you drop it, then you fuck it up. But if you keep it, you still be able to unleash the brain goo that's inside you.
Well, the more tadpoles you put inside your head, the more powerful you get, and you can eventually turn yourself into an Illident.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's start wiping shit out like it's no problem. So.
Oh yeah. And the Illithid are kind of like psionic users, so they have different types of magic, which is in some cases stronger than the arcane magic, but it is strange. It is strange.
So there's options, huh?
Apparently, there's over 7,000 or 1,700, so 1,700 different possibilities of a ending mechanic. So,
yay.
Yeah. And if murder them all is one of the actual mechanics for an ending, I'm going to attempt it.
I think I might do that my next run, is just murder, because I'm playing the good route this time, first time through.
Well, fuck that. I've never played a good route.
Oh, I just want to see the good ending. Then I'm going to murder everybody.
No, see, the good ending has always been a sucky ending. I like the murder.
It has been, but I like to see the sucky ending so I can experience the joy of the greatest ending. Because I won't be able to play the good ending the next time around.
When it feels like Lyrian Game built it so that one, you would have to the best ending is probably the Dark Urge, and
oh yeah.
2, your best bet doing the tactician version where you don't save and then kind of cheat the game. The honor system is only available in Divinity at the moment, so I've not cheated the game so far by saving and then re-rolling and then saving and then re-rolling if things don't go right. I've just kind of left things going, and so far I've managed to get to where I need to. Murdered everybody to a certain point, and I'm going to continue going through Act 1 to murder as many people as possible, or everybody that I can find.
Murder the children.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The dog and the owlbear cub. Murder them all.
They're all gonna die. Everybody's gonna die. So yeah, I've got more of a war schlock going on. I've got a warlock sorceress because apparently multi-class in the game is definitely the way to go. It breaks every mechanic in it. So by the time you get to the starter point of your level 3, you pretty much unlock God mode, or slowly or unlocking God mode. By the time you get to level 6, you are a god, and by the time you get to level 12, well, there's no god that can beat you.
Jesus, god damn.
Yeah, that's how the game works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is
Apparently, the first 2 Baldur's Gates. I'm looking at the character creation of this thing to see what the options were.
You did. You had pictures, and that was it. I mean,
yeah. Look, I don't even know. Look, the important question of the day is that this game looks fun for people, but how fun is it really?
I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 is totally different from, as far as like character creation, it's totally different. 1 and 2 were my favorites. Still are.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. 3 is meh. Mostly because they try to make you think you're making, the random choices. You're making the good rolls. You're not. Computer is. It's still, still all computer generated.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. You get to click. There's this option where you get to click on the dice and see your rolls. And it's like it's like you're rolling in a real D&D campaign, but you're not. It's still the computer doing it. So it's still a random number generated. Regardless.
So it's an RNG, and if you've been graced by the RNG gods, then the game pretty much gives you the win. And if perchance the RNG gods hate you for whatever reason, the game will just shit all over you.
So the game could be extremely hard if.
Not really. Yeah. Even then, it's meant to be easy.
The only way you're going to be able to make it truly hard if you don't cheat the RNG. And use the tactician, because there's story mode, there's balance, and there's tactician. And the tactician is the best one in order to play. Story mode, just forget about whatever RNG that you have, because basically you're just playing the story.
Yeah.
And whereas the balance is basically where you're going to be playing the Dungeons and Dragons-esque game that Lyrian has created for you. But then that kind of leaves it up to you how you want to play your character. You can either play as the original origin characters that they have, or you can make a character yourself. If you play the origin characters, then you can fall into that trap of romance, which doesn't take very long to get you into the romantic portion of the game very quickly. It pretty much starts the moment you start playing.
Everybody starts banging each other immediately.
Well, it gets to that point. By the time you get to the, I guess, 5 minutes into the first act, you're not fucking everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
it doesn't even feel like you're trying. It's really boring. I was like, after the first sex scene, I was like, I don't need more of this.
Oh yeah,
this is just boring.
Yeah, I want to get to that scene where you catch the hobgoblin fucking the orc or whatever that creature.
Oh no, yeah, it wasn't the hobgoblin.
Just so I can murder them.
Oh god, yeah, no, that's what I did. I murdered them. I said I did not need to see that half orc and breed. Nope, fuck it. Boom.
So the question that you had there, so your first major was 7 basic races with up to 11 different classes. The second game had 6 races with up to, again, 11 different classes, all ranging from lawfully good to chaotic evil. Now, you could do the multi-classing. There was a degree of romance options that were available for Baldur's Gate 2. There was a few other different customizations that you could do, but realistically, everybody's freaking out over Baldur's Gate 3 and the relationship mechanics. I'm like going, well, that was in the last game. Oh, you can multi-class and dual class. Well, that was in the last game.
That was in the first 2 ones.
No, you could do customization in the first one, but you couldn't do in the multi-class.
I thought you could because maybe I'm wrong. I thought you could do multi-class in the first one.
Well, I know they really focused on the alignment portion of it. If you could multi-class, it might have been something that was edited later. But
That
I
might have
believe
been
the
something
original
was
game.
that might have been in an update. Because
Yeah, I think the original game.
Because I have both the disc game because I have the disc because I have the original disc game and I multi-classed my character as a oh god, what was it? It was a fighter, mage, thief. Essentially made Elminster, but hey. Even though you got to talk to later. Yeah, first level was fighter, second level was the mage, and second level was rogue. I took him up to about level 5. And
levels or feats?
Level.
Well, feats are a bit different there, sir.
Feats are abilities and stuff. So that's.
Well,
we're talking second edition. There was no feats. But yeah, there was multi-classing. I have the book right here. There is multi-classing.
I had to relook at it. Yeah, it looks like they did add the dual classing to that one.
It wasn't as easy, and it caused a lot of issues with the game. But
no, that's what I said. That's why I kind of pointed at the multi-class.
Now it worked well.
In the second one,
when they did the enhanced edition, they had repaired all that.
Yeah, because in all different versions, I'm looking at Baldur's Gate 2, the Shadow of AMNM, I guess what's called, is where you get the concept of multi-classing, dual classing.
Yeah. Well, you also had, it was done way better in the second one.
Yeah, like I said, the first one was realistically good, evil, somewhere neutral. You figure it out.
Yeah. What was it? You could either I like the second one because you basically get sent to hell in the beginning, and your brother's there, and you could choose to rescue him or leave him. But it's fun if you rescue him because he won't leave you no matter what.
True. I mean,
he'll just keep suggesting evil things.
Well, true. The only thing that was lacking in the second one was the fact that you had 6 races and not the 7. They took out the half orc.
Oh yeah, they had there was a reason they did that, and I can't remember why.
Regardless, it was just they took that out. But yeah, no, it was.
I think it's in the
probably. I think it was probably.
Well, they also added some races you could be in the.
Well, in the first one, or I should say the second one, it was just human elf, half elf, dwarf, halfling, gnome.
Let me check the mods here real quick. I think you could actually. There were mods that were added that.
The mods you could probably add to more things. There's
a whole bunch of races you could add. There's extra monsters and shit too.
Oh yeah, no.
And then,
so the third game is pretty much you got the tieflings and all that, which I think are the useless characters. But I can't say much because Penn likes to play those characters, those races.
I can see that.
Yeah,
she wants to be a devil, but she isn't one. So.
Yeah, I know she'll never make it.
She tries hard every day.
I know, right?
She tries harder, but she's just, she's too good of a person. I'm gonna be honest. God knows why she hangs out with us.
I don't know. Well, technically she isn't. So I mean,
she rarely ever does.
Yes.
Lately, I miss her. Oh well.
I don't.
You miss Becchiano.
Yeah,
that's true.
But enough with Boulder Gate and more so on Sparky's, conquest of Twitter.
My conquest.
Of tweets?
Yeah, all the tweets. Your conquest.
I haven't done any kind of conquest on Twitter.
You said you were talking about the whole Linus, tech tip thing. That was
on YouTube, not Twitter.
Okay, YouTube.
He did on Twitter. Yeah, or not on YouTube. Excuse me, not Twitter.
The only thing I've really done on Twitter is just tweet at him and tell him he's a fucking idiot, and then retweeted Madison going, "You are the next Zoe Quinn." That's about all I've done on Twitter.
Well, they did. Well, I will bring this up. They did have one of the guys come out and say, "I remember all the negative, the name calling, the stuff like that. He said, but I do not recall any of the groping or touching because that was
okay.
I never saw that.
So, all right, here's the thing.
So,
and here's the thing about that. One, like I've been arguing with people in my fucking comment, I've had more interactions in my comments with fucking stands than anything else because I had somebody come in before I did the live stream going, oh, if you think this is bad about LTT, you should look into the medicine thing. And my response to him was, I don't care. Well, why don't you care? You need to care. And it's like, I don't care because that's not what I'm covering. If anything, she's a clout-chasing drama queen that doesn't have work ethics that wants to be the next Zoe Quinn.
Okay.
Not too wrong.
So...
is that your background?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I have that one too. I gotta.
Yeah, but no, I've got it. I had somebody come up and actually use the phrase, well, this is the reason why you only get like 100 subs a year. You have no empathy for people and stuff like that. It's like, one, I only get 100 subs a year because I don't put out constant content.
I know.
I don't
why
care.
is that? Okay, so that explains a lot right there.
I mean, yeah, I have proven if you put out enough content, regardless of how crap or much effort you put into it, you will get a couple hundred subs, a month.
Yeah, well, I mean, and that's the thing. It's like in this year alone, whenever I started this year, I was like at 560 subs. And then I covered a little bit of the Divinity thing, and that I went up to about 640. And then I started doing the AI medical stuff, and I went up to about 680. And then I started covering the Linus stuff, and I went up to 701 right now, or 702. Yeah. And it's like, I know the reason why I'm not growing or anything like that is because I'm not putting out constant content. Again, it's like, one, I'm busy with work. What comes first before anything else? Two, I'm doing other things here. I'm still working on another channel. Mm-hmm. Channel's done. It's just I'm working on the content because it's not gonna be a video a week or anything like that. It's gonna be a video every couple of weeks, and I'm just trying to get a backlog of stuff before I start putting it out. Yeah. So I'm doing that. I'm also doing stuff with AI medical, developing it a little bit more, playing around with some stuff. I'm not really gonna do some things. I did a poll. The poll came back with have Medicare read comments and stuff like that. And it's like, you know what? That's cool and all. I gotta get viewers in first before I can do that. So, I mean, I was figuring people were gonna go, oh, talk about other YouTubers. And it's like, they want the comments, so.
I mean, the comments are doable. Ergo, like I said, that's the whole chat thing. But
the thing is I have to. I don't have it set up where I can read the comments or read the chat. So until I can do that, I've got to tell it what to do. And until I can get a little bit more consistent viewings on those streams, that's going to be a hard one to do.
I don't know. Maybe you should do a separate channel with Medicare AI so it could actually...
yeah, but at this
do
point,
some basic.
At this point, I got 5 different channels, and it's like.
I mean, I gathered that. I understand. I mean, you could always, get the other, idiot in the box to actually do that for you.
Go right for it.
Yeah. You gotta find that idiot.
You have access to the back end, so.
I know. I do.
To all my channels.
I know, which is weird, which is strange. I have to remember that which codes I actually utilize. I think it's the same code for everything. So if anybody decides to hack into it, they have access to Sparky 100%. All of his channels. No, I wish you the best of luck.
Now, let me clarify. He doesn't have access like what Schmeckel gave Brockus. Schmeckel gave Brockus actual login.
Oh, that was
Only thing he has
bad thing.
Only thing he has is moderation powers, and I can cut those off at any time, and he can't do anything devastating.
That's sad. Disappointing.
Here's the thing: that was a good and bad thing that happened because of that. Let's be honest. So That probably should save Speckle's life. That should happen. Let's be honest here.
So. Well, yes and no. I think Speckle would have backed off. He's as much as people want to say, as much as I used to say way back when, he's just a drunk idiot online that just wanted a drama show and stuff like that. He's actually very intelligent. So
no, he is.
I can't knock him.
But when you're drinking that much, your intelligence goes down. Trust me.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Trust me.
What you started out
no. Your intelligence only goes up.
Time out. You remember that bottle right there, Jim Max?
I remember the bottle.
Okay.
I've seen how much your intelligence goes down when you drink that bottle. I know. Don't worry. You don't have to.
I went to go clip that that portion.
Mm-hmm.
Because well, I want to clip the portion when AP came on because that's a good clip, and I'm still eventually gotta do it. I just gotta record over it or download it and just cut that portion out and put it up. But I don't want to do it for a couple of reasons. The first reason is people's gotta go, oh well, he's trying to store shit back up, and it's like, no, I'm just putting a clip back up on the channel that was down.
Well, you know what? Give it to me. I'll put it up on my channel. No one will give a shit. Seriously, no one will. That way you can just, then you can post it on your thing and be like, let me come back to it.
And two, I've been keeping track of that whole deal too with the articles because the way you. I was gonna say you read through all the articles as like there's a part 1, part 2, part 3. And then part 3 is like, oh, there's got to be a part 4. And it's like, okay, so rated with bated breath for part 4. And I've been checking up on it every couple weeks. And lo and behold, a couple weeks ago, I went to go check on it. They've been flagged off the face of the fucking planet. And I wonder who done that.
The flaggers, the trusted flaggers.
That was, I
those
know
goddamn flaggers.
So I was gonna say, I know I made a report on it because it was bullshit.
Still. I quite enjoyed the little drama it was stirring up. It was quite interesting to see. I was hoping that it would go a bit further, but we flagged it.
Yeah, but no, I want to put that portion of both AP up on my channel because it's pretty relevant. But no, besides from that, I've just been waiting and seeing what's been going on with the Alliance Tech Tip stuff. So for kind of a quick recap for everyone, the whole thing started during LTX, and one of the tour members at LTX basically called out Gamers Nexus and Hardware Unbox of using outdated sources or outdated ways of doing reviews and data measurements of products. Hardware Unbox came out and pretty much run at Linus a little bit to defend himself. And at the end, that was the end of it. But since then, a couple more things came out. And Gamers Nexus came out and basically put his dick on the table.
Okay.
And it was a pretty sizable dick.
All right.
Because it certainly fucked Linus over. That's for damn sure.
I hate to break it to everybody, but it doesn't matter what size the dick is. Linus is an easy fuck over.
Yeah, he also recovers easy. So
he's so flexible that he fucks himself over.
I know, and he can also unfuck himself.
But at the same time, Gamers Nexus came out with some valid criticisms. Now, I'll agree with the criticisms. A lot of them I didn't really care about. And it's like, oh, you got some stats wrong? Okay, I don't care. Oh, he's working his employees a little hard or a lot hard and, trying to push unrealistic goals. Okay, I don't care. Oh, he intentionally fucked over a prototyping small startup and drove them into the fucking ground and doubled down on it when they fucked up the tests. Oh yeah, no, I'm on that shit, and that's what pissed me off. And there was kind of a back and forth. Linus posted up on his forums a bullshit convoluted thing, made more questions. Gamers Nexus came out and pretty much stated, no, this is bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. Showcased the emails, and that was gonna be it. That's all Gamers Nexus wanted to do, is just point this stuff out and kind of hold Linus accountable. And then you get this broad that used to walk at LTT, bitching and complaining about a bunch of shit, and now all this fucking drama has stood up, and it's like, and like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of stands on Twitter, on YouTube, and it's like, look, she came out with a story. Half the things she said in that story, one, doesn't make sense. Two, to nothing. It's like every fucking corporation, company, or job you work for is gonna have stuff like that. It's way of life. Sorry, that's just the way it is. And there's no fucking proof to back it up. And then someone came out and it's like, oh, well, this former employee came out and said, it's like, whoa, hang on. A former employee came out saying, oh, yes, I've seen some of this and stuff like that. It's not fucking proof. There's still allegations. There's no proof that this happened. Because where's everyone else? And then, I guess, one of the meetings came out that was recorded. It's like, oh my god, they had this meeting when they fired her and stuff like that. It's unprofessional. I listened to it and it's like, there's nothing wrong with it. It seems like a pretty straightforward meeting with everyone kind of going through, okay, this seems like it could have been a problem. Let's get everyone together. They left. The person left. And after they left, they addressed some things. It seemed like it was the proper thing to do. And then they were making comments on, are you guys on the table and dance and stuff like that, kind of joking around. It's a meeting, it's whatever. And people have been pointing out the, how unprofessional that is. It's like, you gotta look at it like this. Linus is talking to a group of people, his staff, and maybe the staff's joking around. Nobody knew that fucking meeting was being recorded. And at the end of the day, that's something that, the proper thing to do is not to point that person out and shame them. Is like, you don't need to be doing that, anything like that. You pull them to the side afterwards and go, maybe next time don't do something like that. So, people are making a big deal about this recorded meeting, as I don't see anything wrong with it. If anything, it seems like Linus was taking the proper steps. I know a lot of people want to go at him for a lot of the stuff that's happened. I'm only going at him for the prototype block. That's it. That was really unprofessional. As far as anything else, until something factual actually comes out, I don't care. Even if anything does, my place is not to go through and go, oh, well, this girl that I don't know got assaulted or belittled by this company. Gross it. Get thicker skin, get the fuck over it. I don't care. That's not why I come. It's the same thing whenever a certain group of people say, I need to go out and make fucking videos about this one particular person. It's like, they're gone. I don't care. I'm moving on. So I don't get the whole thing of this Madison bullshit, but like I said, she seems like a low-tier Zoe friend to me.
Yeah, but the dealio is pretty much to subterfuge kind of thing. There's something happening on their side, so they've got to create another talking point, another narrative to look at. It's the same thing that's happening with the current American presidency. Issues happening in the Biden camp. Oh, we're now going to focus on Donald Trump and impeaching him or something else within that narrative.
Yeah.
To take away from all eyes on what's happening with Joe Biden.
Oh, Joe Biden is completely fucked. Oh, god damn it.
Well,
no matter what he does, he's completely fucked.
And there's a couple other things I've been dealing with on YouTube and stuff like that. I've been looking into a channel that's been going through on the random trip files that's been happening with cars. And the completely dumb takes. It's like, well, more fuel, and they've been trying to stand for EVs and shit like that. Because, they're environmentalists or whatever the fuck they are. And it's like, fueled vehicles cause more fires than anything else like EVs. It's like, no, fucking container ship, they don't. And then they're like, well, the materials they're made out of, they're highly flammable and they're so packed together and radiant heat causes them to catch on fire. It's like, what started the fire to begin with? I don't care if the car catches on fire because it's close to another one. That's a given. Like, what started the fire? It's like, it can't be the fueled vehicles. One, they're 12-volt systems. 12-volt systems don't go up in flames unless there's an actual fault with the system. And if there was, we would have heard something about it because there would have been a fucking recall on the systems. A newer vehicle ain't got to catch on fire, especially a fueled vehicle, because nothing's been tampered with on wiring. Usually you see a vehicle catch on fire with wiring whenever somebody's fucked with the wiring already in use. And 3, fuel, gasoline, is not an issue because when they stack those cars up on the ships, they have little to no fuel on them. They have enough to really start them up and move them around. That's it. They don't ship them out in full tanks of fuel because that's money. And
One, like, that's money, and 2, they know the dangers of fully fueled vehicles.
And it's like, what's catching them on fire? I tell you exactly what's catching them on fire. It's the EVs. Why? Mm-hmm. Well, because 1, the batteries are highly unstable, and they can explode. And then somebody came up and was like, well, the battery chemistry is a lot better, and they don't do that. It's like, just because the battery chemistry is stable does not mean that they will not explode. You gotta look at it like this. Those batteries, that system, they're about 10 to 30,000 volts. You're on a ship in the middle of the fucking ocean. The water is salt water. The air has salt in it. It has a high ionizing content. That brings the resistance down of air. That is enough to allow 10 to 30,000 volts to arc. And 10 to 30,000 volts of arcing is enough to catch a car on fire. And you can have a ship with 1 EV and all of them fueled. But if that EV goes, they're all gonna go. And it's a stupid metric. And it's a play in one hand. Oh, well, the ship was filled with nothing but fueled vehicles. Yeah, but it was the EV that caused it. In the story. I don't get the fucking mentality.
Here we go. For the crowd, I'm gonna post this in chat, Rogue, and you can bring this up, or in the private chat.
Thank you. I was gonna say chat. I won't be able to see shit in chat.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I had somebody kept going at me in chat GPT. As I provided the sample data for you 5 different times. Like, what's the link? What was the stats? What's the study and stuff like that? Well, I posted it. It's like, no, you posted a bunch of stuff online.
There you go, Sparky.
Hey.
Oh, cool.
As you know, boys and their toys, boys and their toys,
Now let's all agree.
That's an electric battery exploding for no reason. Wasn't even charging. It started
really
exploding.
This one up, didn't I?
That escalated quickly.
Not one word was said between him and I. Chris is hulking the damn thing
that's
out.
the same type
We're
of
ducking.
battery.
He's behind the windshield. Look at him duck.
Yeah, speed is of the essence in a situation
I
like
nail
this.
it. But 3 cells already popped.
Yeah,
we can't put it out.
Oh,
boom, right off the chest. Right off the chest.
Yeah, it's burned for hours.
Lithium hydroxide, what's in those batteries, is highly unstable.
Where would you say things went wrong here?
The fire. It only takes a short.
Damn.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, Rich and Lee.
Right, it takes a single short in one battery to cause a battery to heat up. And once one cell goes, they all go.
Unless you can separate the packs, but you can't while they're exploding like that.
No, you can't.
They just start fucking pop, 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 pop.
It takes
it's like a fireworks display. You can't stop.
And you gotta look at the battery packs. So the chances of one of those cells exploding is not very high. It's a very, very high failure rate for one of those cells. But here's where you get into the issue with this. Each one of those battery packs will probably have 400, 500, 600 cells in them. Mm-hmm. So you raise the risk
I think a Tesla has what, 6,000?
Around.
Around 6,000 or something cells in it, and it's pretty. And in the entire actual battery pack that is on a Tesla is 6,000, I believe. So what now they do cool their batteries to make sure that doesn't happen, liquid cool. But at the same time, that coolant has to be circulating, and if it's not,
well, even with the battery's cool.
Hang on, it depends on the model when we're talking about the cells. So estimately from the basic stats, you're looking at least 7,000 to 8,000 cells. In some cases,
oh god, it was more
10,000 for some of the newer models that they're dealing with.
I was off. I lowballed that sucker pretty good. It's still not a lot, but
yeah. So S and X, they have a range of 7 and 8. Models 3 and Y have they say it's fewer cells, but it's still several thousand.
Yeah.
Well, I was just giving an estimate to cover all bases of a
No,
EV.
yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what can cause those cells to explode? Overheating, overcharging, pulling too much power from them, a short in the system on the core, an internal short of the battery. Anything can cause those fucking batteries to explode. Are they dangerous? Yes. But, I mean, is it something to steer away from? No. But the thing is, point the issue out. Don't try to divert away from it.
And when lithium-ion batteries go, that's worse for the environment than 1,000 cars.
Shh, don't say that, Jem. You're not supposed to say the quiet part out loud.
That's actually worse than 1,000 cars running.
No. Quiet part has to remain. Don't say it out loud. These are the same people that believe that their almonds and their eggplants and their avocados that are being produced in California.
Oh, don't even get me started on fucking
that are not going to harm the world at large, because everybody wants California rice.
Toast. Now, you fuckers who have your avocado toast burn more fuel to get that one fucking avocado to your fucking plate. That one fucking avocado. Then you will an entire lifetime of using a goddamn diesel car.
Do you know how much area that they have to take over in California in order to make rice?
You know how much fucking water they have to use to make rice, and you wonder why that fucking
hey, don't worry, they're gonna get a shit ton coming up real soon.
True, that is true.
Well, with a lot of wind too.
It's questionable whether it's going to hit it or not.
By the time it gets there, it's going to be about 60 miles per hour, they predict, because it's coming right up the straight. Right up that one, whatever. I don't give a shit enough. But basically, no, they fuck California and all the shit they grow. They waste water and they complain about not having water. So fuck them.
I've got a question though, because the weathermen are really kind of fucking up. That would technically be classified as a typhoon, not a hurricane.
Well, again, regional. It's regional.
No, well, they're going by regional because regional. But the technical definition is hurricanes happen in the Atlantic, typhoons happen in the Pacific. In the story.
No, I know, but again, it's regional. There's also like a northern-southern hemisphere thingy that comes into play.
Yep. Just like, over here we call tornadoes, but over in Europe and stuff, they're called cyclones.
Yeah.
And there's a distinct difference, too. Because over there, they spin counterclockwise. Here, they spin clockwise.
Yeah, it's all yeah. So, when it comes down to it, hurricanes are usually found, and this is a weird thing about hurricanes. So you're looking at Eastern Pacific, as well as the Atlantic Oceans. Usually, the Northern Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico would get like the hurricane kind of situation. The term for typhoon is usually used for the northwestern portion of the Pacific.
I show speed has been banned.
I know. The South Chinese Sea, as well as the Pacific areas near Asia, and then the last terminology is called a cyclone, which is used for the South Pacific and Indian Ocean, which includes waters near Australia and the India subcontinents.
Mm-hmm. Technically, the anticyclones happen on the southern hemisphere, not northern. So.
Correct. But at the end of the day, they're all kind of the same. It's just different terminology. We're about the regions. That's all.
I got another one for you, Rogue.
In
private. You'll
oh
laugh.
God,
You'll love this
you
one.
showing off your privates again? I mean, seriously.
I am showing off my privates. You'll laugh though.
Give me a second. Okay, I see what you're trying to show off here.
Sparky's hurricane that he mentioned.
Give me a sec.
Is it the Hillary Clinton head spinning going towards California? Yep, I've seen that one already.
And forecasters say it will weaken again as it tracks parallel with the Baja Peninsula, 14 miles.
That is old as fuck.
But it's still funny. It's still funny.
I guess. I mean,
true. It's Hurricane Hillary.
I mean, she will weaken again as she goes to the northern areas where she failed to get her presidency. So
You said Ped went to fucking that side of the country to avoid those fucking things, and one's in their way now. That fucking figure.
Poetic.
Those fucking figure.
It's poetic.
Yeah, well, she's never going to get away from the wind.
No.
Oh, especially since she moved there, it's even worse. Especially during the winter.
Oh,
yeah.
There is something I can talk about. I had a surprise visit this week.
Oh, yes. What was it? Do you colonoscopy doctor?
No, it was Maddie and Ronan.
Oh,
they stopped by the shop and said hi. So,
well, damn.
Is that allowed? I feel like that's not allowed.
Yes and no. I got
yes and no.
I got to chat with him for 10 minutes and then I had to go back to work. But apparently
you probably had the basic business eyes of death.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, because
I tell you what, in person,
that is the same kind of shit that I would give any of my staffers. That this all of a sudden a random person comes up to talk to them, going, "What the fuck's going on? Why aren't you working?"
Yeah. But I'll say this much for Maddie. In person, she really does look like Uncle Fester now.
I mean,
she really does.
On the picture, does.
She really does look like the Christopher Lloyd Uncle Fester.
Are you sure about that one?
Yeah, she does.
No. I always thought she would be more or less closer to what's his face is the original Uncle Fester. What was it? Jackie Coogan. Coogan.
Yeah, she looks more like the Christopher Lloyd to me.
Yeah.
But no, that was a fun visit. So they frequent up through here quite often through some of the hauls that Ronan's got to do. So we're gonna meet up again next time they're through here. So
again, hopefully it's not at work because
well, unfortunately, that's about the only time.
I see.
I would offer to have them stop by if they need repair work done, but unfortunately they drive a Freightliner and we don't walk on them. So
see, there you go. You done fucked up right there.
Well, it's not my fault.
How do you know it's not your fault?
Because I work at an entirely different dealership than
again, that feels like something that you fucked up on. You should have pre-known this was going to happen.
Nope.
I mean, aren't you part native? You should be able to have that psychic abilities.
No.
Or at least talk to your thunder.
I don't smoke enough of the medicine or talk to the medicine chief enough.
I see. Were you part of that campaign? Were you part of that campaign to get the Redskins back into Washington?
Nah.
Oh, come on.
Washington.
But the Redskins are going back to into football again. So congrats on that one.
I've been sitting there laughing at the soccer, the women's soccer thing.
Oh, are they still a thing? I stopped watching and caring about women's soccer a long time ago.
No, they.
I didn't even know it was really a thing.
The last bit of news that was about them is they lost, going for the World Cup, and all the Americans cheered because of it.
I mean, okay.
And people doesn't know why everyone's cheering because the women's team lost. They're your team. They're for America. It's like when you kneel for the anthem of your country, and other countries are actually saying they're participating in your anthem, and you're not for the country. Fuck off.
That is fair. That is fair. But I don't know. Did what's her face, the blue-haired one or the purple-haired one, fuck up because she couldn't take an easy kick?
She couldn't hit the broadside of a fucking ball 3 feet away from it.
Yeah, well, I mean, she says that she's the best in the league. So, I mean, really.
The only good news that came out of the whole deal is she's going into retirement.
Oh, thank fucking God. Thank God. That's impressive. Well, at least there's good news for you on that end there. If you're a soccer's fan for a women division, you don't have to see any stupid woke people. Well, then again, who knows? It's women's soccer, especially in the United States. Though I do find my end of the woods for the industry that I was once in at one time, many moons ago, of working for studio related shit. It seems that shareholders are trying to push the studios to end the strikes as quickly as possible.
How's that working?
Continue.
Right now, they're still ongoing, and I don't foresee the strikes to end anytime this year.
Good. Drive Hollywood in the fucking ground. Actually, hopefully it gets wiped away in the hurricane.
So the studios seem to be holding strong. They are tripling down on the AI inclusion to the writing department as well as possibly the acting department. The Writers Guild is still shitting itself, trying to make sure that AI does not touch their holy grounds of rating, which is not going to be a thing because the studios have put money into that thing.
Well, it's already a thing. That's the problem.
I know. If you use Google, you're using an AI. If you use your phone, you're using an AI. It's it's already there.
If you're talking to road, you're talking to an AI.
Eventually, you are. You never know.
But
I'm an asshole intelligent. Yes, I'm an intelligent asshole. And
here's a good one we can talk about too. Twitter getting rid of the block button.
Okay. Specify, sir.
So Elon Musk came out and stated that they're going to be removing the block button soon.
Okay.
Because
I don't see a problem
according to Elon, it makes no sense. I kind of disagree with that one, but then again, I'm not the owner of the platform. Now, there's some things that came out, and I like a lot of the takes some people are giving about it because it just makes them hypocritical. But as far as like my take for the whole deal, okay, you get rid of the block button, and the way he phrased it too is like getting rid of it as a feature.
Because
that's a good way. That's a good way of putting it. It's like, well, getting rid of the block button as a feature.
No. I could see it. Getting rid of it as a feature.
Here's what I think.
Business kind of thing, because I could see him pushing it over to Twitter Blue.
Yeah, that's exactly why I was gonna go with that. Yes, if you're just on normal Twitter, you don't get a block button.
Yeah,
which, I mean, it makes sense. If you want to keep your block lists up, you gotta pay for it. Which if they do that, it's perfectly fine. I've already got Twitter Blue. I've had it since it first came out. I don't care.
Yeah, some of us got grandfathered into that, and others haven't really. So, no, I, because that phrasing there that you use as a feature, because right now there's a lot of free features that exist on basic X or Twitter. It's always going to be Twitter, which drives me the fucking insane. So what's the point of having Twitter Blue when you get the same kind of bullshit for the most part? Yeah, Twitter on the checkmark version of it, you will have a larger reach to a point, but it really means nothing.
Yeah, wait, yeah. I'll share this tweet with you, Rogue. It's got to be in your DMs on.
Oh, goody! I got dirty messages behind the scenes. I love it. Sparky sending me little pictures of himself, which is unflattering, by the way.
But that's Elon Musk's tweet. He got fact checked in that too. Which the fact checked is very interesting because the way the fact check goes is like Elon Musk cannot do this. The feature to block someone on the size required as a social media app to be allowed on the App Store and Google Play Store. And it's like, but did they specify that it doesn't, or it has to be behind the paywall?
Yeah, that's
because I mean, look at the way he's phrased that, and if you know Elon Musk, look at the way he phrases stuff and emphasizes stuff. He's got feature in quotations, except for DMs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, DMs are pretty much part and parcel within the system itself. So it
because I can see. I mean, I can see.
I'm going to do something nice. I'm going to ask the Chat GPT to tell me exactly what could this mean after highlighting that particular phrase, and see what it says.
Yeah, ask AI.
Fuck yeah. Reduce the user control, private, but no, I think it. Okay, it also says increases the reliance on DM, focuses on alternative features, changes the behaviors of the user, impact on safety, private concerns, as well as reduces user control. I feel like it's missing something.
Well, the whole private thing is, look, if you're posting something publicly online, there's nothing.
Yeah, you're pretty much open to everybody's scrutiny.
Because here's the thing: I can go incognito mode, or I can go in just to one of my other accounts, and I can see people who blocked me. The only way that doesn't work is if they're privated.
So here we go. So you can influence the marketing if you remove the actual block button, which means that that's more potential for advertisement market campaigns. That means that everybody's not participating in that actual portion of it. It also increases the interaction with customer relationships. That means that the moment you take away the block button, then you get rid of all that other, pesky other, issues of people blocking your campaigns and that. So there's that one. You also fuck around with the engagement metrics, as well as the content monetization also changes as well. So because then you have that removal of the control over what kind of interactions you're going to be getting from whatever it is. So that should be interesting going forward. It's not just one aspect that I think people are. I've got to rephrase this. It's not one aspect that people should be really focusing on. The factor that it's going to, it's going to open them up to trolls and that is an inevitability. Trolls are going to find a way to get you regardless. They're always there.
Yeah, I like to. I've seen someone's tweet, and they're worried about because they're constantly getting harassed, and they need the block button so they don't constantly get harassed, but yet they're a person that harasses people.
Yeah, that's usually how that works. But no, I see this more a marketing tool than anything else. I do kind of will have to agree on Elon Musk when it comes down to how much money Twitter can actually earn. If it doesn't have the block feature for the regular version of Twitter,
well,
then it's going to increase its market value by at least, I want to say, somewhere close to 30%.
Yeah, well, and it'll do one of two things. Well, it'll do one of three things. Some people on there just may not care and be like, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. The second one is going to be, oh my god, we need Twitter, but I want my block button, and it will force them to buy Twitter Blue. Or it forces them off the platform.
Yeah.
And I think a majority of it is get people to get Twitter Blue, but also to get. I think it's a double-handed thing that he's doing. He's trying to get more revenue for the platform, but he's also trying to get rid of other people on the platform that just doesn't need to be around. Because at the end of the day, people have always pointed out, oh, well, he's a hypocrite because he's blocked people. It's like, yes, he's blocked people, but again, look at how he's phrased it as a feature. He is the owner. He is Twitter Blue. I mean, he has all the features.
All right, you have yourself a good night there, Dragon. We're about to wrap up pretty soon anyways. He's gone. We can talk dirty things about him now.
Yeah, but it's like, he has all the features. So, yeah, he's still going to have block button. So, it really makes me think it's going to be relegated down to Twitter Blue. And I also think it's got to be like this. They're going to change some of the engagements and stuff like that. Like, only, like, being able to have posts and switching them on and off to where only people that have Twitter Blue can see posts, or only people with Twitter Blue can post on comments or retweet and all that good stuff. And if you don't have Twitter Blue, if someone doesn't want to see, if someone doesn't want you to see the post and you're not blue, they can enable that and you no longer can see your post. I can see him doing that. I see this as like a stepping stone going to that.
I can see it as well.
And it's actually quite ingenious too.
It is. Because again, you have to enhance the advertisement offering in order to do that, especially if you want to make a proper buck on a system that could barely make a buck. Let's put it that way, because it was working into the negative, so much so that they were happy to be sold up to Elon Musk as quickly as possible. So yeah, I can see him trying to find innovative ways to get people to go over to Twitter Blue, just so that he could improve on its marketability.
Yeah. But there is one thing that they do need to do. If they do this, they need to up the harassment policy. They'll need to bump that up a little bit. Because if you're going to get rid of a feature, or make it a explicit feature,
no, honestly, I don't see where they need to...
No, because if they make an explicit feature, it'd be like, okay, no, either buy Twitter Blue or just get off. Okay, no, I get it.
That was the direction I was going to go into.
I've been sitting here thinking about it, and it's like, when I said it out loud, it's like, oh, okay, no, that sounds stupid. Okay.
No, because when you said that out loud, I'm like, no, I could see the marketing play on that one, because it comes down to the big
you
thing.
Being harassed online, go buy
if you don't want to
Blue.
get harassed anymore, hey, $8 a month seems to be a better option.
So, or either deal with it or get off the platform.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like buck up, get some thicker skin, or pay the $8 or get the fuck out. You have other options. Because realistically, he's trying to find a way to get people off of Twitter. Like large, heavy Twitter users. He wants them off. That's why if You ever notice what he did with regular Twitter and Twitter Blue? He changed how many times you can tweet or how many interactions you can have on the different feature versions of them.
Yeah.
So if you have regular Twitter, you've got this limitation. If you've got Twitter Blue, you've got this limitation, which kind of promotes you to go to Twitter Blue. So yeah, I could see him trying to play the devil's advocate, making it a profitable company, but also trying to find a way to get people off of the social media market, which is causing more problems than what it's worth.
Yeah.
Especially with
and I love it. I see all the people bitching and complaining about, oh, he's driving Twitter into the ground and stuff like that, and Twitter's so bad now. Well, get off the platform.
Yeah,
it's like I find it funny and I find it hypocritical. Is that you want to bitch at how bad the platform is and you can't stand it no more, yet you're putting your bitching about the platform you can't stand anymore on that platform.
Actually, my personal favorite is the platform that was going to take out Twitter, which was Threads, is virtually dead.
Yeah, that didn't last long.
And everybody's still on the Twitters. Oh, wait. Then there was Mastodon that was going to take over, and they couldn't figure out how to work it, so they never left Twitter. So with all the different Twitter alternatives out there.
And really, they fucked themselves when they went over there because one of the main things they bitch about is like, oh, we can't block people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you just said the silent part out loud. You just gave Elon what he wanted.
Yeah, pretty much. You want to block people? Hey, give me my $8. Give me that $8 a month from your crusty little pockets. It's no more than an exotic cup of coffee that you get at Starbucks.
Yeah, and then people, and then other people bitching about, oh, he's just driving the company in the ground. It's like, at any point in time, Elon could just go, nah, I'm gonna liquidate it.
Pretty much, you could.
I'm surprised he hasn't, to be honest.
Well, and let's see here. I gotta see if I can get.
Yeah, I find it real funny, dude. That Linus and all them. Well, one of the main ones bitching about Elon is like, you can't even run your own goddamn float plane company.
I know, right? I know. So previously, Twitter had a net loss of 1.1 billion, and that had been standing since we'll just say 2017. So it's been losing money in the billions. So. And in 2020, it had a net profit loss of $1.14 billion. That is a massive thing from its previous earning of maybe $22.11 billion. It's impressive. He's liquidated the employment staff. He's reduced the amount of loss. He's slowly trying to increase the revenue. He is trying to kind of stem the daily active user to a point because at one time it was up in the ranges of 1,523 messages. And now it's kind of going all the way down to maybe a couple of hundred, which is great. He's really kind of restructuring a few different things. So... And Facebook is another one that also needs to kind of work itself into the same kind of features. It needs to be fixed, and the only way to do it is maybe to be buttoned up by Elon Musk.
So, I had a question. You can't block people unless you pay $8 a month now?
No, not yet.
Okay, no, but that's coming. So
we think
it could be. It's speculation. It's speculative.
You know what? Honestly, I don't give a shit. I don't want to block people anyways. I've been blocked by a lot of people that I've been blocked by a gaming company that doesn't want to pay their money. So fuck them.
Yeah, this is where it comes back. So a person like me who's been on a block list for whatever reason. Because I might have, said gamer.
You know what? You know what he should do? I want this is what Elon needed. Instead of making the block feature a part of Blue, he said, It's a separate feature. Make it $2.
It's an add-on.
And
it's an add-on feature, yeah.
Yeah, and it's an add-on feature. But here's the best part of it: when he releases it, have Elon post. Have Elon. You remember the kid from the who did the paper out who said, what was it? The ski movie. I want my $2. Just have Elon's face post. I want my $2.
It's a really good strategy overall. I mean,
Elon, I'm for hire, by the way, for marketing. So
I would have to say that is a really good marketing ploy overall because
just make it something extra, because that way, But here's the thing: I don't think they'll do it because then there's harassment and blah. It's like then they'd have to do,
pay $2.
No. You want to stop the harassment? It's pretty easy.
But is that blackmail then, sort of?
No, it's not.
You don't have to be on the platform.
Marketing.
There you go.
Here's the weird thing when it comes down to it. As long as the government doesn't hear you say it's blackmail, they don't care.
That's true.
All right. Well, one, blackmail has to be something that's unavoidable by the person that's getting blackmailed. People do not have to have Twitter. Twitter is not necessary for life or living or doing anything. It is a platform. It is a company owned by someone. They are using that platform because they want to. Mm-hmm. It's not blackmail to tell them, hey, we're changing some stuff around. Now you gotta pay for this. If they don't like it, don't use the product in the story. It's not blackmail.
See, that's a beautiful thing when it comes down to a lot of like for example, people saying that healthcare is a necessity. No, it's a service. Not always required. Sorry, it's a service, so you have to pay into it. You can't force somebody to work for free.
Well, and I like the comparisons people make with health insurance. Like, well, you gotta have car insurance, so health insurance should be the same way. No, it shouldn't. Because there's a fundamental difference there. The reason why you have to have car insurance is because you are driving, potentially, it could be a dangerous weapon. And there are accidents with driving those vehicles. And if you get into an accident that's your fault, the insurance is there to make sure you're able to compensate the person you got in an accident with. That's all. Because here's the thing. You're only required to own liability insurance, which means it does fuck all for you. It does everything for the person that you got in an accident with. That's the difference between health insurance and car insurance. Health insurance is for your own well-being. If you want to sit there and be the unhealthiest motherfucker, you can. If you want to sit there and die of cancer, you can. It is not a requirement for you to have to go in and get checked up and stuff like that. If you want to sit there and have piss poor health and not do anything about it, you can do that. That's the thing. It should not be a necessity that is given to you.
Well, it shouldn't be a free necessity that's given to you. Let's put it that way.
Well, it should be paid, but not by other people. It should be paid by you.
Correct. Yes. That's why I said free service. It should not be considered a free service.
Yeah.
Because that is a detriment for anybody who has universal health care, including Canada, because of the factor that we as a society, as a nation, have to play for somebody's bad choices in life.
Yeah.
Whereas if the healthcare system was only applicable for those that actually have to pay for it, like solidly pay for it, then it'd be completely different.
Yeah, and then I've had someone come at me and it's like, well, the Indians provide health insurance for the people. It's like, yes, for their own nation. And they don't have to do that. They do that because they want to. They do that because the nation itself cares about its own people. Now, you can say, oh, well, that says a lot. Indians care more for its people than the United States do. It's like, well, the United States is a country. It's not a people. The Indian nations are a people, not a state.
Correct.
And people get that fundamentally wrong all the time, and it infuriates me to the 10th degree sometimes. But it's like, what insurance is. It's like, just like I don't believe in, if you don't want to wear a fucking seatbelt in your car driving down the road, you shouldn't have to. You shouldn't get ticketed for it. You're not putting anyone in danger but yourself. Now, if you have a passenger, that's a different thing. You're responsible for that person than if you get into an accident and die. I get that one. I get having passengers buckled up, but you, the driver, the owner of the car, don't want to wear it. Seatbelt, you shouldn't have to.
Yeah, no.
The only thing that is a money grab in the story. That's all what that is.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of huge differences when it comes down to private versus public healthcare systems.
Yeah.
I mean, the biggest one is the choices.
Yeah, and what was a stupid take I heard? Somebody said, "Oh, well, the reason why the seatbelt laws is to protect insurance companies to not pay out claims whenever you get injured or die in an accident." And it's like, read through an insurance form. If you get into an accident and you get injured, it doesn't matter if you got full coverage and you got the whole works on your insurance. If you get injured and you're not wearing your seatbelt, they won't pay the claim out. So it's not protection for the insurance companies.
Well, again, it comes back down to how the society feels for the most part. It's become a law. So if it's a law, that means that the society of that nation or country has decided that it is a necessity. So how is that going to be helpful to the insurance people? Because then the insurance people have to deal with the established, work around the established law. So these are the biggest things right here, because law enforcement and deterrence is basically part of the actual law. It's also setting a safety standards when it comes down to it, but again, that's because of law. For whatever reason, it's supposed to protect the occupants. Okay. So there has been a portion of the society that has stated that we demand a law put in place to prevent other people harming other people. Ergo, everything else put into place. Because if you go back far enough, you looked in the insurance policy, especially in the 1950s, say 1960s and 70s, seatbelt laws weren't even invented. They weren't even a thing.
No, some vehicles in the 70s and 60s, they didn't have seatbelts. It was a feature.
Yeah, it was a feature. I know.
It was more or less a luxury. Oh yeah, you can have seatbelts or no seatbelts. Well,
yeah, pretty much.
And people look at it, I'm not gonna get in an accident, so I'm gonna save $100 if I don't get seatbelts.
And besides, most vehicles.
And it's fun. It's funny because those vehicles are grandfathered in.
I know, right? And my personal favorite, those vehicles, they're made of steel. So if they hit something, you ain't moving.
Oh yeah, no. Older vehicles are fucking tanks. I love them.
You're pretty much killing the other person.
No, it's like my Ford Ranger. I ended up getting in an accident. I had a Ford Focus, so a 2009 Ford Focus.
Hold up, Sparky. Give me 1 second. Hold on to that thought. Jim, what the fuck did you just say?
Did you see that? I wasn't going to say anything because you and Sparky were deep in conversation, but apparently this has impressed you.
I looked and I'm like, what? There's something new because I look over to see exactly what time.
I thought the same thing. I was like, what the fuck did I just find?
And then I noticed that private chat had a red indicator on. I'm like, what the fuck did he just send? Who sent me this bullshit? And it's you. I'm like, what? So I looked at it. And now, since I've seen it, I've got to share it with the class, unfortunately.
Yep, I know.
So,
this actually deeply disturbed me.
Let me just kind of organize ourselves. There we go. That looks a bit better.
Would you?
All right, here we go, class. Enjoy with GMX send. Oh no! What happened? I hit the wrong button because I'm stupid.
When you worked there for, honestly, for $10,000 a month, I'd do that shit. Fuck it.
It's like the sushi girls, but it's not sushi on a naked woman.
Well, it's God,
it's fucking,
yeah, that dude there was having
what does
so
the
much
community
fun,
note say?
necking with the other dude.
What does the community note say?
Is that a dude? I thought that was a girl.
It looks more like a dude. Because
yeah, I see it now. I see it now.
Here. Yeah, it looks like
I see it now. Yes, I see it.
I mean, it could be an.
It could be because the camera angle or the
yeah. Because the hair looks
because the nose looked smaller, then it got weird. Like I said,
when you get up close here, you see the neck is there. You got the long strip, and there's no breast. So I'm like, it's a dude.
It is a dude, but still $10,000. As long as I'm not getting railed up the ass, I'd do it. So hey.
I would probably do it even if you're getting railed up the ass. You're so old.
No. Hemorrhoids.
You probably won't even feel it. Honestly.
No, I got hemorrhoids. I'd probably still feel it.
What does the community note say on that? Underneath.
Let me find out. Let's see.
God, it's pretty. Oh God, but the strangest shit is out there right now. I'll tell you what. It's quite funny.
2023.
What? Okay,
I show Speed fucking flipping out. God, it's lovely. That's funny. You knew what was going to happen, but his reaction is just, oh my fucking God.
Here's for added context. This is not a service given, but an art project by @FoodMaskU, whose meals into mask. Okay. And then we go into the my dignity is not for sale. No, your dignity is for sale. Because of that eventually because you've got a check mark. And your dignity is for sale. Your soul is for sale because you got yourself a check mark, which means that eventually you're gonna have to make sure you hold on to that for your new feature that's going to be kicking out. Let's see who else we got. I don't care about the humiliating but easy way to earn 120K a year. Yeah, no, I agree with that person. Silicone, I agree with you completely. And people really think the etiquette or the elite don't sex traffic children for sex. They can hunt you down just for shits and giggles because they have money. Think about that. You wake up on an island in the middle of nowhere and somebody's shooting a gun at you just for shits and giggles.
I already had that happen to me. It's called working in the military.
Well, that is, that's the other fun. We're talking about the elites who's hiring people to shoot at, but
yes, like I said, I've already had that happen. It was called Iraq.
No. They did not shoot a gun. They had other people shoot for them. No, they're getting. These are people.
Oh, are you sure about that?
A lot of them really didn't. Yes, it's countries getting involved, which is completely different. Let's see what else we got here. That's interesting. I don't understand what this is.
It's an art project.
It says so pretty much in the thing. Yeah, I mean, just read. Imagine you're a poor cricket farmer, and they offer you a 10 racks a month to have food eaten off of your. You know what? You'll do it because no one's buying crickets, especially for eats. I that all for 10K. A lot of emoji shit. Sure, this is not Wesley in disguise because at all for 10K. Wow, who the fuck is dignity? Okay, who the fuck is English? I don't know. Especially if it's Wesley, there's no such thing as English. Let's see. No, I'm pretty happy. Poor minus the nice boat and house. My fur kids. Oh, this is sorry. No, I'm gonna pass. That sounds like pen. My fur babies. No. So overall, it looks like a mixed bag of gaggles. Some people find it hilarious. Some people don't. I mean, actually, this one here. What if you have to sneeze? Then you sneeze. I mean, you're the sneeze guard. They probably have like a plastic shield that goes in front of it. I don't know. That'd be a thing all by itself. But yeah, no, that is Twitter doing what Twitter does best, being a bunch of rejects. But as usual, we have hit that time frame. We've been over time. My God.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. That was my fault. Because
Yes. And it kind of looks like Sparky decided to go to sleep. His eyes. He's looking down and breathing heavily.
I'm on my phone.
Filming himself while he's doing it.
I found one more for us, the logouts for the nights.
Okay, it better be koalas in the rain. Let's see, because no fucks are given here.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a no fucks.
Oh damn, straight Skippy. Definitely, I'll go with that.
Yeah, this is. I remember this back in. This was back in the day.
Back
Sparky
in
was a
the
young
day.
child.
Look at me. Just
let
me get this all set up.
Let's go back to
here.
1997, folks.
I
take you back to 1997, and there were a lot of players on the club. Lots of players in the clubs.
I know,
but none as popular as this player.
Anywho, so before all that happens, I'm gonna wish everybody good night or good day, whatever else as usual. Normally I give these motherfuckers their last words and I hit buttons, but fuck that shit.
This is
better. And then after this, I'm hitting buttons. Fuck out of here.
None were more popular than this player.
Anywho, we're up.